what I remember vividly, which is everybody says the same thing, is your first Tonight Show. It just is different than all the other TV shows at the time. The talent booker for the Tonight Show, Jim McCauley, was in the back of the Comedy Store watching, and I had this great set at the Comedy Store, to the degree that he actually came up to me and said, that was so good that I have to come back to make sure it wasn't a fluke. I'll never forget that. And he said, I'll come back next Tuesday. And he came back the next week. And, those things I say are in the hands of God, because it's the crowd, it's you. It's like an athlete playing a game. You don't know what you're going to have that day, and it just connected again. And he said, how's next Tuesday for the Tonight Show? And, that's sort of, in hindsight, everything. I don't know that I had a goal beyond that professionally, to be honest.
What was your act at that time that the guy from the Tonight Show was watching? What was that style? What kind of humor were you doing?
I had just myself broken into a more personal style, talking about my girlfriend just broke up with me because she moved in with another guy, and I said, that's where I draw the line, and I dumped her, because I don't need another guy around the house. And that came out of a real breakup. And then it went on, and I talked about my father and my parents and camping and some actual experiences with the jokes that I write off of those that are very organic. And that first Tonight Show landed just like it did in the club. I remember being upset later, like my fifth or sixth time, that Johnny still hadn't asked me over to the desk. And by the time he did ask me over to the desk, I was within weeks of them saying, do you want a guest host? And I remember being gassed over to the desk, and Carrie Fisher had preceded me and was talking about her parents, Debbie Reynolds and Eddie Fisher at the time. And I sat down and I said, Johnny, maybe you know my parents, Irvin Muriel Shandling. And that made him laugh real hard. And I thought, that's where he decided to give him a shot, because it was very organic.
How was it working with Johnny?
As everybody says, it's great. It's great. You want to do well for him. He wants you to do well. You have to step up your game to be present with him. And he isn't going to take a swipe at you. And a wink of the eye really did mean you're on course.